Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while, I've been kind of busy. But these are the top ways to get SL. And I know you guys are probably just as broke as I am right now with these new gambling crates or whatever. Spoiler alert, I didn't get anything.
What have I done?
Oh no. The first two methods are if you're trying to grind like smaller amounts of SL out, so like maybe you're trying to cover like a crew train cost or whatever. But the last method I'm going to talk about is if you're trying to get like millions an hour. It's very efficient and not really hard to do either. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first method is getting in an SPA or a ground vehicle with a air attack radar and shooting planes. So ground RB is not good for getting SL, but if you're in an anti-air and you're shooting planes, the planes reward is still pretty much the same. The only problem is the tank's SL booster is going to be a little bit off compared to regular planes, so you're not going to be getting the full amount, but it's still the most amount of SL you're going to be able to make in ground RB. So especially if you have a premium vehicle like the 2S38, you'll be getting pretty close to a normal aircraft reward. And so instead of going into a game of ARB and getting 5 kills, that takes some pretty good skill, but when you're in ground RB, people are spawning planes all the time. Note that this is really only effective with higher tier vehicles, not like your, normal 4.0. The next two methods are more skill based, so if you've been gambling, I know you got a ton of these. But the first way is going to be these things called wagers. These are kind of dicey, but you can see if you keep completing they're called stages. So what happens if you complete the required challenge in a game, then it goes to 25,000, then it goes to 50,000, and then it keeps going. And then if you do it 10 times in a row, you get 6 chances to miss it, and you'll get 500,000. So these are good if you are confident. So if you have a ground attack aircraft like the A-10 or the Su-25, this is a perfect way to get money because of this Thunderer achievement, which has destroyed the most AI ground units, can't be less than 18. And this one, Anti-Mech, which is you were just the player that destroyed the most ground units. So either of these, you just ground pound all game, and if you were the player with the most, you'll get these. And you just keep going, and you have 6 games to mess it up. It's not like you go back, and then it says stakes. These do not cost you anything. When you activate one of these, always do max stake. This next one is how I make majority of my money in ARB. I've done this before, and I've raked in like 200,000-300,000 in one game. So what I did is I got in an F5C, and I activated this order called Domination. And it's just destroy as many people as you can. So basically what I did was I activated a ton of these SL boosters. They were like 150%, and then I think I had like a 50%. And then you activate this. So it says it'll give you 15,000, but what happens is because of all the boosters and every person you killed, it keeps going up. It's hard for me to explain because I don't really know how it works. But basically, if you have the most, I got like 3 kills, and that was the most at anybody on my team. This came through and then gave me like 150,000 SL. So once again, this is more skill based. The F5C isn't as good as it used to be either. That's just what I used at the time because it was a really good plane. Now that it's at 11.0, you have a lot of contenders at that battle rating. So maybe use your favorite premium or whatever you're more comfortable with. But this is not a bad way to get 1 or 2 games where you get like 300,000. But obviously this isn't a consistent method because obviously you'll run out of boosters and you'll run out of orders. This is the best method for getting SL in War Thunder. I have brought home over 500,000 SL in one game. This is incredibly easy to make money if you know what you're doing. And what it is simulator. So simulator mode has a different reward system. It's not my favorite, but there's a way you can kind of mess with it. If you look at the boosters here, you can see that it says missions 1, you know, whatever. So like if I take this out into a game of ARB, maybe I get like 3 kills and, you know, I get the rewards for this. But down here in this faint writing, it says every 30 minutes spent in a single battle will count as an additional battle. So basically what that means is if you take this into simulator mode and you play for 30 minutes, this will be used as a 30-minute game. So in that time, you can get like 15 kills. And if you have this, obviously this is an RP booster, but what you want to do this with is an SL booster. You now have 30 minutes to use the booster rather than just getting one game. What you do in simulator is you basically fly around, get kills, bomb bases, whatever you want to do. It's not going to give you any money right away, but what you're going to do is stay alive for as long as you possibly can. That's how you're going to get paid. So like if you think you might get killed in an engagement, then just fly away, don't engage. What you're trying to do is survive as long as you can. And when you do, you get this thing called useful actions, which is when you'll actually start making money off of sim. It's not a great reward system, but you can really take advantage of it. What I usually do in sim is I bring the F-16C and a bomb payload. I bomb a base and I fly around with a couple AMRAAMs. Or I fly around in the F-15C, full AMRAAMs, 3 drop tanks, and just try to go air superiority mode. And the best part about this is if you're grinding the event, then you're already going to be using sim, because that's the best method there is to grind the event. It's incredibly easy. You can play like a game or two of sim and your mark is done for the day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I wish you happy grinding. I will see you next week.